Hello, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. We are going to be reading The Devils by Joe Abercrombie this week. I'm excited to read this one because it's my first Joe Abercrombie. I read a lot of fantasy, but my heart is with horror, so I think this is the perfect place to start. And I also wanted to show you the inside of this book because this edition is very beautiful. I'm sure they all look like this. I only got this one at Barnes & Noble, but let me take the dust jacket off real quick. This is the hardcover without the dust jacket on, and I also wanted to show you the end papers because they are absolutely stunning. So I'm going to read this for a bit and see what it's actually about, and I'll be back with an update. Hey there, it is Monday evening after work, and I only managed to read 35 pages of The Devils yesterday, and I wanted to give you a quick update on my thoughts so far. I mentioned that this is my first Joe Abercrombie, and I think that I'm falling into the writing and I'm getting used to his humor. So far, all we're really doing is meeting this cast of characters. It kind of reminds me when you start reading a heist novel and you start meeting the crew. It's kind of like that where you're going from character to character. And so far, I think I'm most intrigued by the princess character. And I'm also really intrigued by what is in the cages that the brother, what is his name? Brother Diaz. So I am enjoying this. I'm only 35 pages in, so obviously I don't have a whole lot of opinions yet, but I wanted to give you an update because I'm hoping that I'll be able to spend some time reading this tonight, and I will let you know what I think when I get a little further into it. I am currently at Barnes & Noble because Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky is out today. So let's go inside and see if we can find a copy of Shroud and see what else we can find.
Hearts at peace tonight. Everything's just right. Letting go of time in this sweet sunshine. Swinging to and fro. Time moving slow. In this hammock I know I'll find my glow.
It is now Tuesday evening after work, and as you saw, I went to Barnes & Noble during lunch today, and I did wind up picking up a few things. I did not get Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky because they did not have a copy, so I'm still going to be on the lookout for that. I did pick up a few books though, so I wanted to run through what I got and why I picked them up. The first book that I got is Voyage of the Damned, and this one is by Frances White. And first of all, look at this cover. It is so pretty, and it is set at sea. It's a fantasy that's set at sea, but it also reads like it's a locked room mystery. So they are on a voyage for 12 days, and I think there's 12 people on this voyage, and one of them gets murdered. And so I assume it's going to be one of the other heirs that are on this ship. It just sounds like a lot of things that I love, especially the nautical fantasy. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. And I also got Anji Kills a King by Evan Leakum. Is Evan Leakum a YouTuber? I need to look that up because I feel like I saw somebody say that they're on YouTube. So I got this one. This cover has been calling to me, and all I know about this is there is a character named Anji, and she winds up killing a king that she works for, and then I think she goes on the run, and there's just havoc that happens in this kingdom after she has killed the king. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out as well. And I also got The Unworthy by Augustina Bastarrica. She is the author of Tender is the Flesh. And I believe this is one of our upcoming read-alongs for the Horror Spotlight Discord. I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description below if you want to join us. The only thing I know about this is the main character is in a cell in a convent, so it'll be interesting to hear her story of why she's there and who she is. So those are the books that I got. I also got another bookmark, so I'm going to try to take it out. So this one is a green tassel. It's a sci-fi one that says, "Take me to your library." How cute is that? So that is my haul for today, and the only update I have for the Devils is I read one more chapter, so I'm not very much farther, but hopefully tonight will be the night that I get to read a big chunk of this, and I will let you know how that goes. It is now Thursday evening, and I have only read one more chapter of the Devils. I don't know if it's me or if it's the Devils, but I have just not been in the mood to pick this up. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and DNF this for now. I don't know that I'm DNFing it forever because, like I said, this is my first Joe Abercrombie. So I don't know if I'm not meshing with his writing or if it's just not the right time for me to read this. So since I've been reading it all week long and I'm only 50 pages in, I'm going to put this aside for the sake of being able to read this week. It's such a weird thing because I'm really in the mood to read. I'm just really not in the mood to read this. So I'm going to put this aside, and I think what I'm going to do is just read the first chapter of stuff that sounds good. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what I'm in the mood for, and I'm not even sure. So I'll probably pick a few things off of my shelf and read through those and see how it goes. And if it looks like I'm in a windstorm in my own home, it's because the AC is out and I have fans blowing. And so that's why it looks like there's wind in my home. It's just I'm out of AC and it's really hot where I live. So that's where I am in the Devils. I'm putting it aside for now. And I will pop back in if I find something that I'm in the mood to keep reading. To be fair, I read the beginning of several books, and none of them were anything that I was in the mood for. I think I'm in a major book slump, but I remembered that I was able to get Warlords of Wyrdwood from my library. This is the second book in the Forsaken trilogy by R.J. Barker, and the third book is coming out later this month. So I'm going to read a bit of that one tonight, and I will give you an update on how that one is going. Hopefully it will be going better than it was with the Devils. You want to say hi, Posey? Talk to you soon. It is now Saturday evening, and I am outside checking on my yard, but we are under a heat advisory, and it is really, really hot out here, so I'm probably not going to stay outside too long. But I did want to give you an update on Warlords of Wyrdwood. I am 150 pages in, so it's definitely going better than The Devils was for me this week. My reading is certainly picking up, and I'm enjoying this so far. This had a really excellent summary at the beginning of this book, so if you don't remember book one, you can definitely go straight into book two. I wish that more series would do this kind of update. And I'm also excited about the continuation of the magic that was used at the end of Gods of Wyrdwood, which was book one. And I'm just really excited about R.J. Barker's style. He does a lot of nature type things in his books. I mentioned in book one that there were a lot of creatures. I think this one's going to focus more on Wyrdwood from the aspect of the actual forest. So I'm excited about that. It does feel a little disjointed so far, so I'm not sure how that's going to end up, but I'm going to spend my evening reading a lot more of this, and I will give you another update in just a bit. It is now Sunday night, and I am still reading Warlords of Wyrdwood. I am 40% in, so reading is going better for me. I am just now to the point where things are really starting to happen. I've been trying to remind myself that in the first book, Gods of Wyrdwood, that it was really world building for the first half. And even though this is the second book in the series, I feel like we're pretty much doing the same thing, because in this book we are deeper into Wyrdwood, and so there is a lot of world building again. I'm really hoping to stay up late tonight and read this. I do have the Sunday scaries, so I think this is going to be a really good way to wind down tonight and just feel like I've caught up on my reading. So I will keep you updated on how that goes, and we will go into this week a bit while we finish reading this one. So good news, my Barnes & Noble had a copy of Shroud, so we get 2 book hauls and 1 video. I am not sad about this. The only thing I know about Shroud is it is an alien encounter book, and it's by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Honestly, I would have bought any Adrian Tchaikovsky, but I am super excited that it's an alien book, so I will be getting to this one very soon. And I think in my last shopping trip, I showed that Barnes & Noble had copies of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I was thinking about this one all week long. So when I went back and they had Shroud, I went ahead and picked this one up too. This one is a lit RPG, which I'm new to lit RPG. I just know it's like reading a video game, so I'm really excited to get to this one. I will probably pick up the audiobook of this one too, because I've heard such good things about that. And when I got to the counter with these books, the bookseller said if I bought one of the book of the month picks that Shroud would be half off, and it would almost be like losing money, right, if I didn't pick up something. So I got the Spellshop, since it's one that I've already been wanting to read anyway. The only thing I know about this one is it is a cozy fantasy, and I noticed that it is published by Bramble, so I think that there's probably going to be a large romance element in this one, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I don't think I've read a cozy fantasy for a while. So these are the 3 books that I picked up at Barnes & Noble, and that is an amazing stack. So I don't know if I'm going to start Shroud next or Dungeon Crawler Carl, but we will find out as soon as I finish reading Warlords of Wyrdwood. I am 70% in at this point, and the magic is getting pretty over the top, but it's really imaginative, so I am enjoying it. My plans for today are to finish reading Warlords of Wyrdwood, so I will come back and let you know my final thoughts when I am done with that one. I finished reading Warlords of Wyrdwood, and the last 200 pages were fantastic. This is the third book that I've read by R.J. Barker, and I'm just going to have to trust the process from now on because he has delivered in each of the books that I read. The last book in this trilogy comes out at the end of this month, so I will definitely be reading that one as well. If you have made it to the end of this, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a tree emoji to let me know you were here, and also let me know if you think I need to read Dungeon Crawler Carl or Shroud next, and I will talk to you soon.